past this point.
This is where that pushes back. I believe we were pushed back to be somebody advanced a while.
Push back for what?
We were down in the second.
Right.
Right here.
Yeah.
Right. The freelance guy went down first.
Okay.
And shortly after that, we were pushed back here.
Okay.
So we pushed forward. And then we pushed back.
Okay. I wonder if I can sneak over there somehow.
That's what I was worried about.
You were warning me against that?
Because we might get pushed back further.
Oh, well.
You look like a tourist.
I do look like a tourist, I feel like, if I have my
Except
name
for your
tag.
bag.
If I had my badge.
Where's your coat?
Huh?
Where's your coat?
I gotta go to my car.
Get your coat, then go back.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try to sneak up closer, I think. Angela. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna sneak up closer somehow. Okay.
You're like way behind.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay.
They are generally calm, but I did want to add that since the last time that I spoke to you guys, we did see about maybe 5, 6, 7 different police and law enforcement vehicles pass as we saw U.S. Customs and Border Patrol, Niagara Falls Fire Department, Niagara Falls Police, Erie County Sheriff. They were all headed that way, lights up. We did see the fire truck come over and then go past this kind of block here, the high that is getting closer. So we don't have that man
2:30. I was told 2:30. All right, apparently nobody's up there at Devo Woods right now. Well, yeah, but nobody, they said nobody's up there. So John Schultz keeps telling me that's where they're supposedly supposed to do press briefings. Here, take this out. I don't know if I dropped my... here.
Ron, that doesn't work. You need that.
Oh.
It's a small plug wrap.
All right, hold on. I got to find my thing then. Oh, I see what you did. All right, here, give it back to me. Okay. Getting the mic.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Ron can hear you. Yeah, we got you. Ron, can you hear her?
Yes.
Ron, we need you back.
Gotta get
foot
this back.
going. Just
I'm all-
stay on the grass.
Okay.
Just go that way.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. We're trying to just get set up. Funny, yeah. Okay, we've been out of here. What time do you think we got here? You had to take guess, ballpark it, Bronco.
I don't know.
Noonish? Yeah. Get out of here a little after noon. I would still say it's rush hour now. Falls. It's a little.
See 12:30, Ron.
12:30? Okay.
Yeah.
See all these emergency vehicles can go through. Situation there, the bridge is still blocked off with a number of agencies. Obviously, this is being led by federal authorities with Customs and Border Protection, as well as the FBI, in addition to some of the local agencies we've seen, like the Erie County Bomb Squad, what appear to be SWAT vehicles, as well as the Erie County Emergency Vehicle here, all lending assistance in any way that they can. State Police on scene as well, of course. The Niagara County Sheriff. And everyone trying to assess exactly what happened here earlier this morning. We do have the comment from the FBI Buffalo Field Office that perhaps you referred to, investigating what they called a vehicle explosion at the Rainbow Bridge. At the Rainbow Bridge, we do understand, of course, is also that all the other bridge crossings, the Peace Bridge in Buffalo closed, the Lewiston Queenston, also Buffalo City Hall closing at 2:30. In, quote, an abundance of caution, as they put it.
Step that way. That's your mark. There. That's awesome.
We are still waiting for the FBI or other individuals to come out here and brief us. We were able to speak with an eyewitness to an apparent explosion here with a car that came towards the bridge. Okay. Pardon me? No, I'm okay. I'm okay, because I need to use the phone here. If you think I'm forgetting something, please prompt me.
I will.
Go ahead and say.
Yeah.
I don't care if people hear it.
Are you asking me to zoom off?
I don't know what to zoom. What do you zoom off to? What do you
Why
think?
don't you call for video? They
Well,
have video?
what video do they have? Just our
Everything that we
scene?
shot.
Okay.
Ask them.
Okay.
Ask the producer if they have video ready.
Do you have scene video that Franco shot from earlier or not? Do you guys know? Can I toss to that before the eyewitness, or what are you airing, or? Nobody's getting back. Do we have any scene video that they're using, or are they just going to use us? Nothing. Yeah, I was trying to ask, are you guys using any scene video or not from what we sent back earlier? Okay, I'm not hearing anything. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Good. Thank you.
We're here at the intersection of 3rd and Niagara Streets here in the
Yes, good afternoon, Tom. I'm here live in Niagara Falls, where police dispatch is up all the way to 3rd Street. The car that crashed caught fire on the Rainbow Bridge. A little more crowd is gathered here than we are, however, from our vantage point, you can see about a dozen Niagara Falls police emergency police vehicles still here, emergency response, as well as other agencies. I know Erie County is here. I see a few farmers vehicles as well.
Mm-mm. Emails are contradicting that. Okay, she's saying everything I'm going to say. Yeah, Claudine, actually, photojournalist Franco Erdito and I have been here since about 12:30 this afternoon when reports first came in that there was some kind of an incident at the Rainbow Bridge on the U.S. side. You alluded already to that. We're actually here at the intersection of 3rd and Niagara Streets. We were pushed back about a block as they expanded the perimeter here. We have seen a number of emergency vehicles coming in, Homeland Security. In fact, as we were driving up here on the 190, we saw Homeland Security vehicles just speeding, screaming with their sirens right past us. They have all converged on this site here at the U.S. side of the Rainbow Bridge. And at this point, we're still trying to get more information, as you were referring to, from authorities here. We're hoping that they're going to set up a press briefing eventually. But again, we have seen all these vehicles coming in, including the Erie County Bomb Squad, the Erie County Emergency Services, a number of what appear to be unmarked Homeland Security vehicles, probably with federal agents coming in and out of this scene repeatedly. Now, we did get a rather dramatic description of exactly what a person saw here. A gentleman who said he is from Canada and was visiting here in the Falls with his wife told us what he saw in terms of an explosion actually at the bridge, and he saw a speeding car approaching the bridge, actually swerving and then going into a fence at the side of the bridge, and that's apparently when the explosion and some kind of a major fire with that car happened. Here's what he had to say. Yeah, by the way, we're saying the bridges are open. They are closed, according to NITEC. Can you check that? Can somebody look real fast? All right, we also want to point out in other communities, for example, Buffalo City Hall, they decided to close at 2:30 this afternoon in an abundance of caution, according to what a source told us. So I think a number of communities are being careful here. Here in the city of Niagara Falls, kind of a chaotic scene as traffic moves around here. And again, authorities have this intersection blocked off. Again, seeing a wide variety of emergency sources, a lot of federal agents all converged on this site. We did see a number of bridge personnel apparently who were standing to the side of the road there near that parking ramp that is just to the left of the entrance here on 1st Street here in Niagara Falls. We do not see them now, but again, a number of emergency personnel here still on scene. Claudine, we'll throw it back to you. The FBI did say this is a very fluid situation, so perhaps we'll be getting more information shortly, but we'll send it back to you for now. I've only been able to speak to Niagara County emergency management officials. They did say that another location had been set up for a press briefing. However, we've been told that there is nobody at that site so far. So far, we are not getting anything here at this location from authorities, except for that statement that did come out from the FBI office in Buffalo that did talk about a vehicle explosion that was being investigated. And again, they are the ones that use that phrase that this is a fluid situation and that things could change rapidly. Well, that was, Claudine, that was Buffalo City Hall. We do see, a number of Niagara Falls police the agency here has a number of personnel as well. We do not know about their city hall. That was Buffalo City Hall that closed at 2:30. How do you think we did there? Again, Claudine, just to stress that there are a number of emergency personnel, specifically law enforcement personnel here, especially Homeland Security. You may be able to see if photojournalist Franco Ardito wants to zoom in a little there, that they actually have one of those armored car SWAT vehicles blocking that intersection of First and Niagara, along with a number of other emergency vehicles. We did see them coming in. We have seen Homeland Security converging here, kind of a steady stream coming in and out. And right now, behind us, I see the ATF National Response Team coming in. This is a vehicle with specialized investigators who are coming in from the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Unit with the federal government. We have seen them before on various scenes here in this area when they have to respond if there is some kind of an explosive situation or exactly what happened. As we did hear Heather Lee say, apparently they did have bomb squad personnel on scene who did not find any other incident or examples of any kind of explosive materials in whatever they could find from the wreckage of that vehicle, which we were told by that eyewitness he thought it really just went to pieces because of the explosion. I'm trying to step out of the way here in the fire. So now ATF is on scene here as well. That indicates, again, the level of federal investigators coming into this scene to know exactly what happened here. We're still waiting for information from them directly, some kind of a statement other than the original FBI Buffalo office statement that this was a vehicle explosion and that they were gathering more information, and it was, again, a fluid situation. So, again, that's the situation here, Claudine, and we'll update you if we see anything else at the scene here, but that was pretty dramatic with the ATF vehicle coming in here.
things like that. That's why whenever I do work days, that's what I keep listening with her. I said, well, this one's good.
It's like that.
Well, that we got set up. Well, I guess we got set up.
Okay. Keep going. Keep going.
Just on the bridges are closed?
I'll read it.
I think that's what it is.
This car crash at City Curb. Result in the span of. Larry, what are you going to say? Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Supposed to go
coming.
to Wilson Park, I believe.
Well, they said DeVoe is what they
But
were
they might
telling
bring her
us.
back closer. I'm trying to get some. I texted Callahan and waiting for him to get back. Come up here.
Well, we had a crew up there and there was nobody there, and Schultz had said, oh yeah, they're going to be up there, and nobody was there. So, I don't know.
But like I said, it's like they moved us back there so they'll talk. Well, let's get talking.
I think they wanted us to go up to DeVoe thinking we'd all go up there.
Got too many people around for that.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, they'll send everybody up there and then leave, you know. They don't realize how many people you can get around here. But yeah, unless she's gonna come here.
Are the schools already out here in
You
the
know, I
city,
don't
or
know if there's continue.
is it with all this now? It's calmed down now, but for a while there, this was busy here.
Yeah, there's no schools here, but we gotta don't forget now. We got everybody who's at the mall shopping. The Canadians that came over.
Yeah, they got to get back across the border. Yeah, that's
They're
chaos.
saying 24 to 48 hours. At least this might be shut down.
You hearing her?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, they got Kelly Steve on that.
That's the NFTS.
Yeah. So they're doing a security checks. What he talked about that.
I was originally over at the last building. And
So NBC News is saying 2 dead.
I've heard a couple. Yeah, I don't know how confirmed yet. But I've heard a couple.
Do you have a second? I just want to pick your brain because I know you got the interview with that witness too. Because everyone's reporting that the car came from the Canadian side.
He said the U.S.
I know, yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
can only go by what that gentleman said.
Right,
I mean,
right.
that's what he told us.
I know, and he saw it happen.
Right.
They said original call. He came over from City Side. The car was speeding down Niagara Street.
Yeah.
So
You're coming from this
So I
side.
don't know why other outlets are saying the opposite.
I don't know.
The guy from,
Yeah.
the guy from the terrorist unit.
That's all I know.
Yeah,
Just what he
right.
told us. It came down the slide down this street.
Yeah. Okay, that
Maybe.
was it.
Sure. I don't know if they're going to go back to me or not. I was trying to think of anything else to talk about. That was good when we saw the ATF popping in. Thanks for following them. Hope I got out of the way.
When you moved back, before that happened, and you moved back, you made the right call by saying, I'm moving back. Because I was waiting for you to turn to the camera. I have a wide shot. So that's good. Any of that verbal communication is very helpful.
Well, hey, I mentioned your name before. You're my co-pilot here, so.
You know I love you. Did you open these up?
No, I'm okay. Yeah, I don't have much, but I'll try. Good here?
Stay right there.
Yeah, I was just trying to see if there's anything else going on behind me that I could talk about. Yes, I hear you. Yes, I was just trying to see if there's anybody behind me here. We're still on, right?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're ready to go.
At this point, Claudine, again, we are just trying to wait for more information from the federal authorities, the investigators. As you pointed out, Governor Kathy Hochul is apparently en route here to this area, and perhaps there will be some kind of a press conference at that point. We're hoping to hear something earlier. We did just have that statement, of course, by the FBI Buffalo office that it indicated again that, as they put it, there was an explosion with a vehicle here at the Rainbow Bridge, and that, again, they used those words, fluid situation, and things could change. So that is where kind of we are at this point as we just continue to observe here that blockade, as we pointed out there. And again, I'll have photojournalist Franco Ardito maybe just zoom in a little more if he's able to there, just to show the police and various vehicles, including that SWAT armored car there that has the, that's at First and Niagara Streets here in Niagara Falls. So that's right to the approach to the bridge there. So again, we have seen just a congregation, I guess you could say, of or a convergence here of federal officials on scene. A little while ago, we saw that big blue and white vehicle from alcohol, tobacco, and firearms pull in. These are the sophisticated investigators who are able to go through and check out bomb fragments. Sometimes they look for what are called tags if they do see anything. However, we want to stress that our colleague Heather Lee had said that she was hearing from other sources that they had not found any evidence of explosives, but obviously they are being meticulous in this investigation. We had also seen the Erie County Bomb Squad come through here a little while ago, and also we have the Erie County Emergency Management with their big RV that's on scene here. All these resources being brought in to assist the federal authorities as they lead this investigation. Now we're seeing, I guess that's a variety of, what would you say, are those Homeland Security vehicles? I guess they're coming down actually on First Avenue there, again, approaching the scene. Earlier, we did see some what appear to be bridge staffers who were standing right near the parking garage structure there that is right to the left side as you're approaching the Rainbow Bridge here, and they were all just standing over there before. They have since left. We did see agents continuing to walk down towards the actual bridge site, apparently trying to see what they could determine as part of this overall investigation. So just a lot of activity here, but not a lot of information other than what we are hearing from what some of my colleagues are providing at this point from federal sources. As soon as obviously we get any word about a press conference, we'll try to make sure that everybody's aware of that and as to where that's going to be. Originally, they said it was going to be in the DeVoe State Park area, which is a neighborhood kind of north of here, this location. Now you can see some of those Homeland Security vehicles actually approaching the bridge here. So again, that is the situation here, Claudine, and we're just hoping we get more information soon, obviously, to explain to everyone what is happening here. Claudine?
WBFO. NPR. I'm about to leave though. This is my day off. I got as close as I could up there. They said that the police said that they've evacuated all the hotels and no one's allowed back in. People were staying there.
Oh.
I went to was walking towards the
Wyndham
window.
Garden?
The Wyndham, but there's not one over there, right? What is
Oh, that's that bomb.
Yeah. And then there's another one over there. So, probably one. But they, I asked this couple that was walking back to the like, cop stopped them.
Yes.
Hi, Adam.
Front every day with chance and news. We've been told that all the
Yeah, is anybody able to try to reach out to Aaron Ferguson? There's a young lady who works
Can I talk to
for
your manager, please?
WBFO, National Public
Oh, that
Radio.
is you.
She said they actually had to evacuate the hotels, the Wyndham Garden Hotel, and apparently another hotel in the vicinity here that had guests staying there, and they actually had to get them out of there. So maybe if somebody could reach out to the city. No, we're ready. We're ready. I'm just,
Okay, bye.
yeah, I'm. Right, I don't have much new here from the scene, just to be aware.
Reached out to Wyndham Garden just.
I don't have much new here at the scene. Frankly, nothing new.
Ron. I just spoke with the manager at Wyndham Garden about an evacuation of the personnel. He says no comment at this point.
Oh, you did?
I just did.
Oh, okay.
No comment.
Okay, all right. Okay.
An electric vehicle.
Now we're going to do social media rumors.
Lauren Fix. Yeah.
Don't go to her. Oh, stay away from her.
Okay, statement from the governor.
See these guys, can you?
Yeah. Stay right there. That's your side, and then I'll move into it.
Right.
See if you're right behind the
Oh,
bridge.
okay.
Stand by.
Yeah, we're trying to show something. Yeah, Claudine, as we've been telling you, law enforcement personnel have been converging on the scene here. This is actually, we just see some additional personnel. We don't know exactly who they are, but police and perhaps other agents. We have seen a number of unmarked vehicles with flashing lights, emergency lights, converging on the scene here as well. We can only think that they are probably Homeland Security investigators from the various agencies. As we pointed out a while ago, we did see that big blue and white truck from the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Unit of the federal government coming on scene with those specialized investigators. They are the ones who, indeed, if there was any kind of an explosive situation here with a bomb, they would be the ones that would be able to detect it and try to get more evidence on it. But however, again, I want to stress this, that my colleague Heather Lee was reporting that they had not apparently found any evidence of any explosive material with that vehicle that exploded and caught on fire after that impact at that fence right there near the bridge inspectors' booths for the Rainbow Bridge here. So, but again, obviously, they bring in everybody to handle these investigations with these specialized personnel who have all that training. They can even look for trace amounts on materials that they find to perhaps even be able to trace where the explosive came from. That's how good they are. I believe they call them tags that they look for to try to determine if they can determine a source of any material. But I want to say again, they apparently have not found anything from what we are being told that would indicate explosive materials on scene here. Again, I heard Heather Lee referring to that witness. I don't know if we're able to get any of the sound from that witness up again for us. This was a gentleman who was visiting here from, are we able to get some sound up from that gentleman, the eyewitness account of what he witnessed? It was pretty dramatic if we're able to do that. All right, I'll just set the scene real quick. This is a gentleman visiting from Canada who actually was here with his wife visiting from Kitchener, Ontario, I believe he said, and he gave us his eyewitness account of this vehicle swerving down Niagara Street on this side of the bridge and then going right in towards that fence. So here's what he had to say.
Back in front.
That gentleman indicated to us, too, that there were just pieces of the car left after that explosion. I know there are some images that are kind of floating around on social media right now. I don't know what we've been able to confirm, but again, there are images that show that also in the vicinity of one of those inspection booths here on the Rainbow Bridge. I'm also being told at this point that President Biden has been briefed on this situation, as you might expect. Also, of course, Governor Hochul has been briefed, and we're being told that Governor Hochul will be coming to Western New York. We do not know specifically if she's going to be here at the scene or where exactly. Hopefully, at that point, we will get more of a definitive word on exactly what happened here, other than that initial statement from the FBI Buffalo office that there was an explosion with a vehicle here at the Rainbow Bridge, and that it was, quote, as they were putting it, I'll use those words again, a very fluid situation, and that things could change. So I'll send it back to Scott and Claudine in the studio. At this point, we'll let you know if we see anything else happening here. Back to you. All all I can say, Scott, is when we talked to that eyewitness on the scene, the gentleman who was visiting here from Canada, who you just heard from in that soundbite, he had indicated that the vehicle was traveling here on Niagara Street on the U.S. side, approaching the bridge. There appears to be quite a bit of confusion about this point, about which side of the bridge this was on. But again, you can see it's blocked off right there, all the personnel coming in. And that gentleman who spoke to us and seemed to have a very credible report of what he and his wife took in, they were shocked and startled, obviously. They said the vehicle was traveling on Niagara Street here, approaching the bridge at that very high rate of speed, and it was swerving and what have you. They did not see any police vehicles in pursuit. They just saw that vehicle. They could not see who was in the vehicle. They just saw the vehicle then approach that fence, and you heard in that soundbite, it went up part of the fence, and all of a sudden it exploded, and that was a massive explosion, the flames shooting up into the sky, as you heard him say. So, Scott, that's the only point that we are aware of. We're waiting for anybody else here in terms of federal authorities to discuss exactly which side of the bridge this was on. I'm here. Frozen.
Yeah.
I don't care. Okay, I've got them in the pocket.
And an extra set.
Okay. You too. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you got it. And they have the fingertips cut out so you can use your phone.
I can understand
They
the
got the
confusion.
Velcro?
Yeah, I see it. I'm sorry. I can understand the confusion about which side of the bridge. But all I can say is what he's telling us.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's right.
So. Thank you.
Open up that heat pack now.
Oh, I will. I will.
It's better to do it earlier than later.
They may be coming back to us at some point, so be ready.
Remember to call the casino?
Really?
Remember to call the casino? See if there's anything there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I forgot to mention the hotels.
It's okay.
If they come to us again, I will.
And we need to no comment.
Yeah, I know.
And I asked him why, and he said they generally don't make comments on this.
Security matters, you said? Or he said we don't make
We
comments?
just don't make comments.
Oh, we don't make comments.
And that was the man.
I don't know if I'm going to go there or not.
If you want to, it's there.
Debating now. What?
Niagara Falls
Yeah.
apartment.
Try to. They're kind of secondary now with the ATF here. Bomb squad people. Someday. I gotta find it. Yeah. If we're on live, I will be honest. Sorry.
bad language. Really bad language.
Annie, period.
Yeah. I guess a car can be considered an explosive device. It's got flammable liquid in it. He said it's a terror attack. Tell him no. Oh, I got this. Talk to Adam. Ron.
You gotta get a hold of Levitt, tell him not to say terror attack.
Okay. So they want us to record a brief minute and a half book live just describing what's going on so they can send it to other picnic stations. What's this for? Did you look at it? Alright.
I gotta do this first.
Yeah.
Really, this
No,
is
that's important.
Nobody's answering the phone. Nobody's answering. All right, I'm gonna try James. That's the only person I can think of. Somebody's got to get in Levin's ear though. Nobody is answering their phones.
He's trying to call the desk because we're having issues with you guys calling it a terrorist attack, or specifically Scott calling it a terrorist attack. We don't know that.
Two, is there any evidence of explosive materials?
They're asking us to go live in a second.
He's got to be careful what he's saying on the air. He's able to get that to one of the managers. Tried to tell Adam, and he's not listening. Thank you.
Okay. Come here, babe.
Okay, let me get hooked in again here.
Nothing over there at the Bowwoods.
Well, they're getting set up for, but apparently they want us to come here and you to go there.
No, that doesn't make any sense. We're staying here.
That's what we
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
and they,
No, that makes no sense whatsoever. Thank you, Dooley. I'm not moving.
Unless they like shut us down.
Do you know who this is? Did you hear?
This is Nate Benson talking about.
Oh, Nate. Oh, this is Nate now. Okay. He's probably replaced Heather.
Yeah.
Okay, here goes more, guys.
Okay, that's the mare, buffalo.
Are we up high? Yes, yes. Can you see them on the sidewalk?
I'll start with them.
Yeah, Claudine, as we've been telling you, law enforcement personnel have been converging on this scene constantly throughout the afternoon. There, as you may see, there are some other personnel walking down the sidewalk towards the scene of the entrance there to the Rainbow Bridge. Again, we're standing here at 3rd and Niagara. Originally, we were down there at 2nd and Niagara, about where they are right now. We were moved back. So that just indicates all these people that have been coming in here. As we pointed out a while ago, we did see alcohol, tobacco, and firearms coming in here with their large recreational vehicle. Investigators staff that, and they are looking for any evidence, if there would be any evidence of explosive materials. But we are constantly being told here that apparently they had done some initial screening. We did see the Erie County Bomb Squad here with their units, as well as others, and they were not finding any evidence of any explosive material apparently within that vehicle that again had struck the bridge approaching the entrance to the Rainbow Bridge here, or struck a fence, I should say. That was what we had heard from that witness who described the path of that vehicle down Niagara Street at that very high rate of speed. He said it was not being pursued by any police vehicles, but it was kind of careening and swerving going down Niagara Street and then just plowed right into that fence structure there right at the entrance to the bridge. And that's what led to the explosion. So again, you may be able to see us. Obviously, Niagara Falls police here, quite a presence, blocking off the streets in this area. I'm going to tell you that earlier this afternoon, we saw a lot of traffic here on 3rd and Niagara because people trying to navigate through here. Obviously, nobody able to get near that bridge at this point. There had been apparently some bridge staffers that had been standing next to the parking garage structure there, just to the left side of the street here on Niagara, approaching the bridge. They have all left the scene at this point. But again, we want to stress that we did see a number of these law enforcement personnel. It was really pretty dramatic as photojournalist Franco Ardito and I were coming up here on the 190. At one point on Grand Island, we had to pull over because we saw at least 3 Homeland Security vehicles just, I would say, flying up the 190 to come up to this area. So that indicated, as this word was getting out about what happened here, how they immediately were bringing all these law enforcement personnel on scene, including, again, a lot of those unmarked vehicles, which we can only surmise were probably Homeland Security and a number of the agencies that would be involved. That would include, of course, anybody else from Customs and Border Protection, also from the FBI, and from any other affiliated agencies, Border Patrol and others that we've seen here all throughout the area. So that would indicate the response to this incident, which apparently we're still trying to figure out what exactly happened here, other than that initial statement from the FBI Buffalo office that had indicated there was some kind of vehicle explosion. And again, I'm going to use those words, that it was a fluid situation and they were still trying to get information and that the situation could change. Again, we're being heard that the highest levels of our federal government, President Biden being briefed on this situation, and that also, of course, Governor Hochul had been briefed and was making statements pledging the support of the New York State Police and all the local agencies. So again, we'll leave you with that scenario here, still waiting for answers, but quite a involved scene here, as you might imagine. Back to you in the studio.
Oh yeah, because that's.
No, Scott. Right, Scott. We do not have any definitive word on exactly what happened here, what have been perhaps the motivation of the occupants of that vehicle to approach the bridge here at a high rate of speed. We just don't know at this point. That's why we're urgently trying to urge some of the officials here through some of the local sources that we have, trying to get the federal authorities saying, please hold some kind of a press conference that also helps to dispel any of the rumors out there that are floating around on social media. Things like this spread like wildfire at a time like this, and we want to make sure we are getting correct information to get that out to the public and our viewers. Yes, again, this was a gentleman who said that he was visiting here with his wife from Kitchener, Ontario, and that they apparently were just walking in the vicinity here of the bridge, and that, or near the bridge here, and just up and down some of the streets. They noticed, I'm sorry, I'm being told by a producer, we do have the sound that we can play now, is that correct? Okay, all right. Here is what that gentleman from Kitchener, Ontario told us, a dramatic account of what he witnessed. Here we are. Again, that gentleman and his wife were okay, but very startled. They did speak, from what they told us, to Homeland Security. They were actually interviewed as witnesses, and they gave them their contact information in case they have to follow up. That is what he told us here, and it's just an amazing account of what he gave there, of what he saw. He did say that it was apparently a sedan. We're not going to get into the make and model because he couldn't confirm that. He did tell us what his guess was, but we're just going to say a sedan at this point. He could not see how many occupants were in the vehicle. However, my colleagues here have all been reporting that they are getting from sources in Washington and elsewhere, and from NBC News, that apparently there were 2 occupants in that vehicle and that 2 individuals were killed as a result of this. So that is what we're getting from those sources. Again, just a dramatic account he gave us there. So that is the information that we have at this point. We're hoping, really hoping, to get something soon from federal authorities as to what exactly happened here. Scott and Claudine, back to you. Yes, it was here on the, this is what this gentleman told us, that it was here on the U.S. side on Niagara Street, moving at that very fast rate of speed, approaching the bridge, and went right in towards the bridge, hit that fence structure right near the entrance to the bridge, and that is apparently what it exploded.
really good. Yeah, you got it. Where did Dooley go? Yeah, go ahead. We got it. We got it. Okay. 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 Are they? Is anybody else mentioning? Should I mention the other bridges, the airport, and all that stuff, or not? Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. All right. Bye. Want to break away and I can just hold the camera here for a minute to repark it? No, I'm not. I can just ask. I'm going to say we're just going to move the car for a second. This is why he was in the cage, right? Because he was seeing top flies. That's bad. Yeah. And you get bunkers and then you should have just like yourself. Well, see what bunkers are listening to. Well, that's what Heather Lee said too. That's what Heather Lee. She was going to get a guess from NBC or somebody. So I guess she was really just not smart. He's going to take the eyewitness. Uh-huh. They're setting up, so they really need to do it. I'll move it. I want to warm up. I can get that back. Remember where the cones were? Yeah. Okay. And then come around here. Oops. Watch your foot, Dooley.
You need a place to take a leak?
Yeah, eventually.
That doorway right there.
That rainforest?
Yeah, just to the right of it.
Watch yourself.
Go in that door.
Okay. You raise your right foot. Just raise your foot for a second.
Sorry.
That's okay. So you said that Rainforest Cafe. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
in there.
thanks.
It's the hotel.
Yeah.
But
Thank you.
There's restaurants.
All right. So you guys got the eyewitness report, right?
Apparently, the one that you just ran.
Yeah. So that's you and Andy, I guess. I'm hoping.
Well,
in terms of the feds.
no. They're preparing for the governor's news conference of it if the vote works. We were there.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna head over there real quick.
Hey, leave me the keys in, and then you can come back and get
So
them.
I think they may, because I said to Kelsey, who's going to cover the governor?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
In addition, that doesn't have to communicate with us besides you. Yeah, Ryan, go do that. So I'm just kind of sitting on hands right now.
How close did you get?
You got up to 2nd Street, and then you push back. You started. There you went all the way to 1st Street, and that just dead on the nearest all the way back. So you seem to be okay. Now, we also have crews on this side as well. And they give you a better runway forward. Yeah, maybe help with this bit.
So it sounds like this car is on this side, and
According to witness that we talked to, yeah, he's speeding down the road here, swerved, went over and back there 3 times, swerved. It's going to be live in every half an hour.
they say, well, obviously.
I think prepared for multiple comebacks. What things are doing ready? Oh, he's doing.
I don't know.
I'm going to hold on to my car. You will keep holding it.
Don't give it to me. Because they've already got the sound back at the station.
That
There's
sound. Yes.
no reason to.
But perhaps Andy will want to listen to it. I don't know. Are you good?
Like, good? Maybe that's why nobody's parking over there. Because it's a paved lot.
Oh.
What's your zip?
What's your zip?
6:30?
Stay in there. You don't have to.
Sending a whole lot of information. Yeah.
You've already been asked to stay.
Just like that. I thought I was going to be inside most of the day, so I go truck stops and have a big huge bowl. Thank goodness I got a funeral like this.
We were going to be live in Elmwood Village, shopping and stuff. And then,
Not a whole lot. There are regional offices and other law enforcement.
oh, this is crazy.
They've got
Well, this is, I don't know if you, get into the hard news stuff. I like the hard news stuff.
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
I'm kind of old for that. Hard news.
pictures.
Oh, well, that's what you're working on most?
Yeah.
Oh, well then, well that's why this.
Ron is currently taking a bathroom break. Tell me you heard me, Judy. I can hear you, yes. I am talking right into the microphone. Ron is unavailable. Ron is unavailable. Ron is using the restroom. Ron will be back in about 5 minutes. Thank you. I can do a live picture if you want.
Hey, you said 6606, right? Hey, yeah. Is it Hey, can you hear me? Hey, 6606? Or was it 99? Okay. I should have been listening better. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Plants.
Okay, stand by. They're gonna get an interview with somebody right now. Okay? It's just a guy in the street, looks like. I don't know if Dooley's up on his TVU. This is Franco. Ron is over there helping out. It doesn't look like a news conference per se. I'm not exactly sure what they're all over there. Dooley is shooting it as we speak. Stand by.
That's exactly what happened. How fast did you estimate that he was going? Well, the other fella, the guy that drives the cab,
This looks like witness sound. Supposed witness?
Yeah, witness. I
Okay.
didn't realize that Victoria was there.
Yeah, this is a supposed witness already. Ron is facilitating that interview as we speak. I do not have my IFB in. Stand by. Ron is over there talking to a witness right now. He's with Dooley. Ron is over speaking with a witness right now. Ron is speaking with a witness right now. Dooley is recording that witness sound. I will indeed. I will indeed.
lock that door. Again.
He's coming. He's coming. Okay, great.
Listen. We just did another interview with another eyewitness. I did it, shot it with Dooley. Dooley's got it. And Andy's back over there with him. I know you want to send us up to the governor, which I think, I'll just say, and then I'm done, that's a mistake. We should stay here. Andy should go up there, but whatever.
They're going to come to you next.
Right.
He's on the phone. Give him a second.
Give Dooley a second to get it fed back. He knows that. He's with Andy.
Copy. 1 minute. They want us live in 30 seconds.
Okay. Okay, got it. Okay, yeah, I'll go live. I would suggest you text that or call Andy and tell him. All right. Okay, bye-bye. We're staying here.
You're doing great.
I haven't even looked at my phone to see if there's any new information that came out from the FBI or anybody.
Just talk about what
Are
you
you
heard
hearing
from the
anything?
witness. I am. Are you
Okay,
not?
wait a minute. Maybe I'm not plugged in, or wait a minute. Maybe I. Oh, it came. Okay, it came off. Hold on. Let me get my thing here, my tail. Thanks.
Okay, just talk about what you heard from the witness. Okay, you're good. Did you hear from witnesses again?
I'm sorry, Judy. You're talking to me?
Yeah. Did you hear from the
Yeah. Another witness, but Dooley has the sound.
one witness?
I just have one. Okay. Sure, I'm with you. Okay.
Stay right there.
Sure.
Darkness is falling. The witness sound.
Yeah, it seems like that blockade is broken up a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Get ready, buddy.
Oh, yeah, actually, Scott, and we're going to try to turn this interview around for you as quickly as we can. We just recorded it. I was with photojournalist Joseph O'Rourke over there on the other side of the street. We actually spoke to a gentleman by the name of Ricky Wilson. He says he is a tour guide here in the Niagara Falls area, and he was visiting a friend at a nearby building right near the entrance to the Rainbow Bridge. He said he also saw some kind of a vehicle, again, on this side of the border, flying down Niagara Street here, and he said that vehicle actually then went towards the entrance to the bridge. He said it actually turned over as it struck something near the bridge. Now, he contends he did not hear any kind of an explosion, but he did see a lot of black smoke, and he did see some flame. He said that vehicle actually went airborne, is the way he described it. And again, we're trying to turn this interview around for you. He said he saw the vehicle go airborne and then turn and then come down. And he said it was like something out of a Hollywood movie. He said it was just hard to talk about this. And he also said that he was interviewed by the FBI after they have seen some of the other interviews that have been coming in from people in this area, including perhaps that tourist from Kitchener, Ohio, or Kitchener, Ontario, who we were talking about. He also said that that there are cameras in that area down there right near the bridge entrance, and he said he was telling the FBI agents that perhaps they could get some surveillance video off of that. He said this vehicle was moving so fast it was like a blur when it came down on Niagara Street here, and again, went airborne. He kept using that word. It went airborne, and then actually flipped a bit as it struck something near the entrance to the bridge. So that is what he is telling us. In terms of the scene overall here, again, we were seeing throughout the afternoon a number of law enforcement personnel coming in here. Again, stress that the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Unit came in here from the federal government with their huge RV, with the investigators who were probably on board, who would be able to assess what exactly happened here. Again, we have been hearing, excuse me, that they did not find any evidence of any explosive or incendiary material. You may have heard my colleagues also saying that we are waiting for any definitive word from the federal authorities. We have been told that apparently Governor Hochul is en route to this area and will eventually be speaking to the media, perhaps at a site a little up from here. There is another state park or area called DeVoe Woods, which is kind of a nice neighborhood that is further north here from the downtown area of Niagara Falls, and apparently the governor will be speaking to reporters there, along with hopefully some other federal officials, other than that FBI statement that came out earlier today that there said there was some kind of a vehicle explosion. Again, this last eyewitness that we spoke to said he did not see an explosion, but he did see that vehicle flipping, and then heard or saw actually black smoke and fire. So that is what we have here at this point. Again, we'll have to see when that press conference occurs, guys, to send it back to you. Yeah, he said that. In fact, we had another witness said, I don't know, maybe 100 miles an hour. It's kind of hard maybe to gauge speed at that high, but other people, the other witness that we spoke to too, again, a man who was here visiting with his wife from Kitchener, Ontario, he said to us that that vehicle also appeared to be careening down the road, kind of swerving as it approached the bridge. The roadway here is a little wet. I don't know if it was slippery when the vehicle was going there, but obviously at that rate of speed, however fast it was, it could maybe have swerved as it was approaching the bridge structure. Back to you.
Do right Okay, so they probably all come back to us in the show, right? So once you get over here, get ready.
Yep, I'm on 3-0.
So we did the reset.
Using that sound, you should be using this other sound.
It's true. It's true.
Well, at this point, again, we do have that significant law enforcement personnel here, a number of Homeland Security investigators on scene. We've seen those very distinctive, actually they're not supposed to be distinctive, but they're those unmarked black vehicles with flashing lights, a variety of vehicles that converged on scene here ever since photojournalist Franco and Ardito and I have been on scene since about 12 this afternoon on this site. And again, we were trying to get some information from federal authorities. The only thing they were able to put out was that FBI Buffalo statement that came out much earlier this afternoon that said that there was some kind of an incident involving an explosion with a vehicle. And then they said that the situation could change rapidly, a fluid situation. The situation, I would have to say here, again, we saw the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms unit actually come on scene. These would be those very sophisticated investigators who would be looking for any evidence of bomb-making material or anything that perhaps could have been in that vehicle. We are hearing from all our colleagues, as well as from NBC News, that they had not found any evidence so far of any explosives material within that vehicle. We were told that that vehicle apparently shattered. This is according to witnesses, that that vehicle was apparently shattered by the blast here. And that there was fire and smoke. We heard from another eyewitness just a couple of minutes ago who said actually he didn't see an explosion, but he did see that vehicle moving at that very high rate of speed here down Niagara Street, right towards the entrance of the Rainbow Bridge, and that he put it, as he put it, the vehicle actually went airborne and actually turned a bit as it actually struck something right near the bridge entrance there. I asked him if it actually got close to where the bridge inspectors would be in those booths as you come across the bridge. He said he wasn't sure about that, but it hit something, and that's when he saw that smoke and flames. He said it was like something out of a Hollywood movie, if you will, and it was really hard to comprehend what he was seeing at the time. He did indicate to us that he had been interviewed by the FBI, that they were taking all of his information. He also told them that apparently there are a number of surveillance cameras that are down in that area right near the bridge entrance, and as such he was suggesting to them that perhaps they've got to check those cameras. So that is what we are hearing here. We are waiting obviously for any kind of a press conference, perhaps involving Governor Hochul. We do know that at the highest levels of government, apparently the federal government, that President Biden has been briefed on the situation. And again, I'm sure that's why you're seeing this convergence of Homeland Security and other investigators on this scene as we speak. So that's the situation here from 3rd and Niagara in the city of Niagara Falls, right near the Rainbow Bridge entrance there. We'll send it back to you.
Let me hear you.
No, pardon me? No, I'm a tour guide. The only other thing that happened was somebody jumped on.
Okay. Okay. Is this the first witness or the second witness?
I know a lot of police are worried, they're scared.
Okay. Okay.
Caution on this,
I'm only saying what's not being said, and everything is
Yeah, hi, Keith. We've been talking about the fact that law enforcement, possibly Homeland Security people, have been going in and out constantly from the scene here. You can see it right there. Another vehicle and some others shooting off in different directions here. That just indicates, again, just how many law enforcement personnel from the federal government, the state police, Erie County has been here with their bomb squad, as well as their huge recreational vehicle, which is an emergency management vehicle. We've also seen the federal ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, who came in here with their large RV vehicle that would have investigators on board to be able to perhaps further look into exactly what happened here and try to determine exactly what happened here. The FBI had said that there was an explosion with a vehicle, but we are being told that at this point there is no indication of any incendiary elements within the wreckage of a vehicle that was found there, or any kind of a bomb-making material that would be with that vehicle. Apparently that vehicle shattered on impact. We were told that there was a fire and explosion as that vehicle was proceeding here up again on Niagara Street, right towards the bridge at a very high rate of speed. We're also told by another witness here we spoke to a little while ago that he actually saw the vehicle go airborne, if you will, and then kind of rotated and struck something. I was just overhearing him as he was doing another interview. He sounded like metal on metal with that crash. Now, he indicates he did not hear an explosion. Other people apparently did. And again, the FBI used that phrase, explosion. So here is what a first witness, who is actually a gentleman from Kitchener, Ontario, who was visiting from his wife and walking around the downtown area here, here is what he told us earlier today.
Will I be able to interview you afterwards? No, this is going to be it. Yeah, this is going to be it. I can't enough. No, I actually went home after all this. I left my license and stuff in the police. And the FBI and whatever. All right, go ahead. Whitney will. Yes. Yes, I am. Yes, one Niagara. It's a big square building downtown. Right there, right across the street from us. Well, I stopped down here to see one of the salespeople because he get laid off. He'd rather stay home and be bored. I came down here. I closed my car door. I turned around. I looked, and this was flying through the air. And for the first couple seconds, I see an airplane.
Now, so that is the interview again from this gentleman from Kitchener, Ontario. We want to stress, we do not have any confirmation so far from any law enforcement personnel, anybody at the federal level, other than, again, that email that had been put out, or a statement that had been put out apparently on X, formerly Twitter, from the FBI, indicating that there was an explosion with a vehicle and that they were looking into this matter. and that this was, of course, at the Rainbow Bridge. So that is what we have been trying to confirm all day long with them. We have been told that apparently Governor Hochul is coming to this area, that she was en route from New York City, and that she would be holding a press conference at some point, perhaps in the next hour or so. We're not sure the exact time, and we do not think it'll be at this particular location, perhaps at a nearby location where she will be briefing along, hopefully, with someone from the federal authorities to explain exactly what has happened here. As you might imagine, there's a lot of conjecture, a lot of rumors that have been swirling on social media. We don't have any confirmation of any of that other than the fact that there was some kind of a vehicle, and the word used by the FBI, explosion, at this scene. But I think, quite frankly, at this point, they are still trying to assess exactly what happened here to make sure that they know and that they can perhaps put some of those rumors to rest, but also make sure that they are properly responding to this incident, whatever exactly happened, whatever the motivation for the individuals in that vehicle approaching the Rainbow Bridge were, and make sure again that they have the appropriate response. That is the situation here from 3rd and Niagara in Niagara Falls. We'll send it back to you.
No, it didn't. It started here in the United States. It came down this street and went right in from there. It went into the plaza, but that other guy seen it coming down the street. He's a cab driver, and the statement's from him too. And he seen it coming down, but by the time I got out of my car and I looked, things in the air, flying, and it went right past me. I didn't know what that, for the first couple, it was like slow motion. The first couple seconds, I says, my God, it's an airplane. And then I'm looking, I says, oh, it's a car, and that's something. It's like one of those things. And it began to turn sideways, and it went to whatever that was, that point. Okay, so I'm going to head home. I seen you on the news, it was good. Oh, I'm from Niagara Falls, New York. Yes, 8,000 Border Road.
Check, 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 mic check, check. We are waiting for Governor Hochul to talk about what happened here on the Rainbow Bridge.
Wait for me.
Check, 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 check.
Give me a second, please.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's not finally. No, we gotta, are you gonna put like a microphone up here?
Oh, no, they're just doing a mic
Okay.
check.
All right, good.
Yeah, don't worry.
Just wanna make sure.
Don't. I know how this goes, man. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah, we'll fix it somehow. All right, try to give me a leveler.
Check, check, check. This is the podium microphone. We're talking about what happened here at the Rainbow Bridge. Governor Hochul is expected to address the media in moments.
Starting here first.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
audio's good. Oh, leave those back lights. Is that any? Turn them off and then the back. Well, no, turn the wall light off. And leave these on, see if we.
Everything else is on.
These can
everything else
go,
on. Matt, could you stand there for a second?
yeah, but these can also go,
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, leave, yep,
Yeah.
right there, let me see. Okay, it looks better in camera than it does. You guys tell me.
That looks better.
Okay. Yeah, it looks pretty good in camera. You guys look at that?
Do I have 2 minutes to go get my headphones in the car?
yep,
We got time?
just make it a quick 2 minutes.
No, but it's better than
And if it
Do we need to move this way at all, or?
might be good, I think it's actually.
You're good? Yeah.
Do
you-
more towards the light might be helpful.
Once we don't get the raccoon on this.
No, I have to phone and I never updated.
No?
But really quick, so I need you after you're done with your live shot at
Yeah,
6.
there.
I need
That's
you-
better.
Is that better?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's live with that.
So we'll just have to coordinate where we are.
You know, you might
Yeah.
want to spread those legs out when you move it, they kind of flap.
I hate this. Testing, 1, 2, 3, good?
Not happy, I will get my hour.
Hello.
You lost my way.
Piece
I'll never forget that.
here.
I'm so sorry. It's okay. Can you go up there and give me a roll down? Do you? That's good. You're closer to her height too.
That's true.
I'm good.
Everyone good?
Hello, Rochester folks. How you doing?
Hold on, Marty, one sec.
Always something I wanted
Take
to
your
see.
time. I'm in no rush.
Right?
Thank you.
Julie, you're good? Okay.
Good, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Not on me. You want mine? I don't need a moment.
All right.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Can't you just get with the governor's office?
Hey, how are you?
There you go.
I have some issues in there.
I noticed you emailed our press office. Sometimes you get a response, sometimes you don't. I think that's on purpose, but it's on based on the topic. But if you ever need anything, just reach out to me. Like I can send you an email too. I'm sure it's on the first.
That's okay, no, Benny gave me a contact.
Okay,
so
good,
you just,
yeah.
All right, I appreciate
yeah,
that.
Just let me know if you need anything.
All right, yeah, thank you so much. Oh, is there a more
Yeah.
Over here.
I hope you brought a jacket.
No. That's a smart thing to do.
Yes.
That's gonna be a warm studio.
Understood, understood. Sometimes it gets too warm though.
Yeah. It is. You want this one? Right.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna text that.
They say it's higher than this.
And they got a shot.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey, we should be sending it very shortly. Just spoke with the state trooper. He says.
Okay.
Yeah, just stay in touch with me. See if that's in. You'll get back. All right, safe.
Hey, Mike? Yeah. Right? Yeah.
After all of this, what are the chances it just ends up being a stolen PDF?
Sure.
Hey, how are you?
How's it going?
Hello.
Matt, how are you?
I'm good, how are you? Long time no see.
Let me guess, you were in Orchard Park earlier
I
today.
was in Orchard Park and then I called and said, hey, what's going on? And they were like, definitely don't need to do anything. But I live on the north end of Grand Mountain, so I'm close. So it was just like, hey,
There you go.
come help Grant.
Were you already
I won the lottery today.
Ah, Matthew.
Did they?
Oh, they agree
They
to
just-
share.
They just take the head tree over the piece.
You want to roll your governor from Concord?
That they got it. It's like, just, yeah, exactly.
International tournaments. But it was interesting, accepting the peace march.
Just an election. Yeah, I'm still up. You should see like podium, flags, and like a green colored wall.
Yeah. Everybody probably thinks one else. Yeah. Oh my God, I know. When I got off the ramp right at Fire Station, and I looped around, the backup on the right lane, just people waiting to figure out what's going on with the bridge. It's crazy. Yeah. Ridiculous. Happens.
And seeing all these cars, just flew over the side of the road.
Good stuff. Well, there was a crew from TSN in Toronto at field practice today, and they were like, we're stuck. We can't get home. They're like, we we can't get over the bridge, so they booked hotels. So they were like, tomorrow's not a holiday. So they're like, we'll spend the night.
Yeah, yeah.
So we
home tomorrow.
the Mark's office started connecting to Canadian service.
Oh, God.
I feel like that happens to my phone every time I go to Livingston.
And okay. Okay. All right, I'll try to figure out where. I might not. It's amazing what I do.
How we doing?
All right.
Yeah, there should be the podium and then the flags. Yeah.
Hi, Charlie. How are you? Good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hi, Charlie.
You know, it's a big one when I show up. I was like, yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
That's one of our bugs.
Hello again.
Guess we'll find out what it is.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know where though, so I just can check.
That it does. Warmer.
Sounds trustworthy.
I'm gonna take care of
Oh, yeah. Nice to meet you. I think we emailed that some mechanisms.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Are we able to move you back a little bit at all? Just so we can make something back here?
Matt, any idea on time?
Soon?
Okay.
Hi.
Hi, Matt.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. So,
How you doing, buddy?
Don't worry about those things.
excuse me. I know it. Which outlet?
Help me.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I stepped in.
Just want to grab a spot.
Yeah, I was just in practice, like everything was normal.
What did you say,
I got back to the air.
Hey there, how are you?
They don't know what it's like.
Maybe,
It's like, I'll just
Here.
help with whatever.
It's at the US Mayor's office downtown. Wait,
I'm now at the governor's office.
Do we have an extra? Yes, sir.
Yes, we don't get up.
Hi, everybody.
I called him. Stay with me, will you?
I'll wait in front of the table.
Don't let him.
Yeah.
Hey, Ange, could you do a quick mic check?
Yes.
Thank you.
Russ, the US Attorney's presser is going to be downtown.
Test, 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 test. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, okay.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. I am not Governor Hochul. Good? White? You need white? I don't have any white.
No,
No?
I think we're good.
And how soon? How soon?
In fact,
Hey, so Brett was sending me an email that we have terrible service here. So he wants to know what bite I want for 5. I doubt that I can get me on here at 5.
all right, let's talk in 5. I'll be ready.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, I'll be ready.
I have an email that I can't email back.
This is
So you want to know what bite I want for 5? I would,
You
I
can't
would
be right
take
there.
any of the bites from,
Your
guy
camera's
that's
on.
where I talked to Mike from Massachusetts, she says these lucky, balls and stuff.
I'm here now, but
That guy. And then, I mean, I'm at the governor right now, so I don't,
Yes.
I'm waiting for this to start, so I don't know where you're having the show,
We're all-
but there's no way I'm gonna be
we're all
looking
set
at
up, so.
Right.
Hi, Xander. Hey, I'm connected down for.
I mean, I certainly can do a live hit right, like at the top of the five, if
Yeah.
she's not
We're
here,
ready to report from
but.
Niagara.
Okay, well, I'm down here, I'm ready to go, so I'm on break right now, so we're hoping she'll be speaking shortly.
Are you just gonna float me? Or kill me?
No, I'm not available. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so, all right, so when the governor comes, just keep breaking the freeze it. We'll feed that down right there. Okay? Thanks. Yeah.
Shortly, 5:30 is for, what's her face? Pretty Ross. Hobo's coming out shortly. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Hello.
Health is alright, but not the best, but that what we do. Not a tumor on the heart still, and they're watching. Nothing that I need.
No, I'm not getting any text from the services to that.
Most are crowded. Yeah, it is tight. Hey, excuse me, can you pull that mic down to? Oh, yeah, straight up there.
Okay, you need a check still? Is that still gonna work? Okay. How are you doing?
Are you with me? Reaching out to people.
We're all outside. So is this the new development center?
Do you know that they're on the East Ridge?
Where's my new cabins?
Do you have, are you guys,
Great,
do you guys
thank you.
down at the East Ridge open back up? Or no? The Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Is it service? Yeah, you guys posted. I will try and I can't tweet Dave, so if you want to just do that, go for it. I don't have service, it won't go through. Where am I going to have to with those are and something going across the college. I just got off the phone. We're good to go. Cool. That's fine. Rochester is here. I'm sure they're going to leave. So
wait till I actually get home.
Also, I'm hearing that.
Oh, yeah. That's true. I mean, literally, like, they went
If you guys want later, so you know, we'll have the press conference when it's up on the grid, so you guys can just do my slides.
I'll let them know right now, appreciate it.
Oh, sorry,
Everyone is good with that test for the cameras?
No, it's you.
Okay. All right.
All right, thanks.
Okay, I'm gonna start there. You're good? Okay, everyone's good? Jim, you good?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good, thank you.
Mo, how long do you think?
I'll find out from you.
Thank you. I would hope so.
Which means nothing.
Small R, small S. Did you work this morning too?
No, I'm off all week, so.
Glad to know we're in the same boat. As soon as this started coming in, I was at the gym and I'm like, my vacation's not actually a vacation.
I was making splash pudding.
Still going right now, so.
Thanks so much.
3 minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your patience, everyone.
My work phone does. Yeah, same.
Hey, 2 minutes out.
Do you think I should text another now next week so we can do this tomorrow or like just today?
Why not now? Yeah.
Is there a restroom or anything?
For her? For me?
Wait a minute. Yes.
I don't need private restrooms.
Oh, that's all right. There's two.
What? We need a restroom.
to avoid standing.
Yeah, please.
Right here.
Right here.
Summer.
I know you all hate me. 30 seconds, which actually means 2 minutes.
We'll see.
I was gonna say, we could probably see that we get this back to perfect.
Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes. No, you don't hear stuff. Yeah. I know, yeah. It truly is.
Walking in now.
Okay, so state police first. Okay, Commissioner Bray, we're gonna go right in.
everybody. Good afternoon. I just returned from the scene of a horrific accident that led to a high-level anxiety all the way from Western New York to Albany to Washington. But before I describe the details, I want to be very, very clear to Americans and New Yorkers. At this time, there is no indication of a terrorist attack. Let me repeat that. At this time, there is no indication of a terrorist-involved attack here at the Rainbow Bridge in Western New York. At 11:27 this morning, a car going at a very high rate of speed crashed into a median at Niagara Street, just minutes from here. It's in the city of Niagara Falls, near one of the border crossings into Canada, the Rainbow Bridge. There are 4 border crossings here in Western New York. This is one of the busiest crossings, not just in Western New York, but along the entire U.S.-Canadian border. And it happens on the busiest travel day of the year. So naturally, in a time of heightened alert, everyone sprang into action. It crashed into a Customs and Border Patrol booth, and the car and the booth immediately exploded. Burst into flames. I saw the video of an airborne vehicle that was absolutely surreal. You actually had to look at it and say, was this generated by AI? Because it was so surreal to see how high in the air this vehicle went, and then the crash and the explosion and the fire. That video will be released very shortly. As I said, we're not aware of any threats to this area, but I state the caveat that the investigation is ongoing. If you can imagine, this vehicle basically incinerated. Nothing is left but the engine. The pieces are scattered over 13, 14 booths. So it is a large scene, and it's going to take a lot of time for our federal law enforcement partners, who are with me here today and I'll identify, to be able to piece together the real story, to identify the make of the car. Obviously, there is not a license plate. I've been briefed by law enforcement for the last hour. New York State Police, Colonel Andy Crow, Colonel Allen, other law enforcement officials. I've been joined by Andy Bowker, who's the special agent in charge of the Customs and Border Patrol. I was also briefed by the SAC from the FBI. Also was on the phone with Secretary of Homeland Security Mayorkas. The FBI Director, Christopher Bray, has reached out. The White House has reached out. My staff has been in communication with all of them. I spoke with Senator Schumer, Senator Gillibrand, Congressman Higgins, local law enforcement, as well as local elected officials, because the world is watching to find out what happened here. And again, at a time when there's such high anxiety, stress levels are already high, and we've been on heightened alert since October 7th. That's why it's so important for me to stand here and tell the world, based on what we know at this moment, and again, anything can change, there is no sign of terrorist activity with respect to this crash. We have identified that this is a local individual, a Western New Yorker. 2 individuals died in the vehicle. The Border Patrol individual working in the booth was injured. The booth literally protected that individual. They went to the hospital with minor injuries and have been released. There is also, again, the busiest travel day of the year, there is a major disruption. And first of all, our cross-border travel. Right now, the Rainbow Bridge will remain closed while law enforcement continues investigation. Again, this is a large, widely scattered scene, and we're trying to identify all the elements to make sure that there is no unforeseen situations that we need to address before we can open again to the public. We're going to make sure the public is safe before they go back on the Rainbow Bridge. Also making sure the structural integrity of the booths, also very important. Our state DOT will be involved in that as well. The Whirlpool Bridge and Lewiston Queenston Bridge opening early this evening, probably open by now. Can anybody confirm that?
We are.
We're open now, okay. They are open now. There's been a lot of people trying to get across. I appreciate that. The Peace Bridge, which was open, is already reopened a half an hour ago. For those traveling by train, unfortunately, Amtrak has temporarily suspended its cross-border service between New York State and Canada. And the Buffalo Airport, despite early reports, the Buffalo Airport was never closed and everything is normal. Domestic flights are still active. There has been no cessation in service there. What I want to do at this time is extend my extreme gratitude to all of our partners, Customs and Border Patrol, Homeland Security, FBI, our state police, local sheriffs from Niagara County, Erie County, all stepped up to assist in trying to identify what exactly transpired here beginning at 11:27 a.m. this morning. They gave up their time from their families. They showed up. They reminded us that there are people who put on a uniform every single day, put themselves in harm's way. The people out there on that bridge, in the immediate aftermath of what happened, unknown, the source, the cause of this explosion, were out there doing their jobs. So I want to pause to give them just the gratitude of a governor and 20 million New Yorkers who sleep better at night because of their willingness to do this. They run toward danger. They should be with their families today, but they will not be. This investigation will go on for a number of days, and that's why we will not have any further answers at this time as to the individuals involved, the deceased, any motivation, and there's a lot of unanswered questions. But at this time, we just need to dial down the temperature right now, and that's what I plan to do as governor. Just let everybody know, all is well. We're investigating. More information could arise, but based on the preliminary investigation, no sign of terrorist involvement in the horrific explosion that occurred here in Western New York. Any questions?
Governor Hochul, can you explain what you're basing that determination on, that there was no terrorist activity here, and instead calling this a horrific accident?
That's based on my briefings with experienced law enforcement, with the FBI, Homeland Security, and the Customs and Border Protection. They brought experts. They're still analyzing this, but there's been no indication based on any online threats, anyone taking credit for anything, all the usual areas you look to identify whether or not there's a group involved. At this time, you're gonna hear me say this at this time, a dozen times, because it is still unfolding, but I didn't want to leave the public with a lot more anxiety than they need to have at this time.
So I just want to be perfectly clear, there is no evidence to show at this time that this was a terrorist activity?
There is no evidence at this time that this was a terrorist activity. And that's what I want to make very clear to the public, just to calm everybody down. It's really important because based on what's happening in other parts of the world, everybody is on edge. And this is an international border, and we've always felt the vulnerability there. But this was I won't call it an accident. It has not been determined to be an accident. You don't know whether the driver was intentional in how they drove. We do not know that. All I know is there was a horrific accident, well, I won't call it an accident, a horrific incident, a crash, an explosion, loss of life, but at this time, no known terrorist connection.
Governor, we saw agents canvassing the neighborhood, specifically near the casino and on Niagara Street. Is there a reason why? Our sources are telling us this couple may have left the casino and were on their way to Toronto.
I can't confirm where the car originated at this time, but there is suspicion that the vehicle may have originated in that vicinity.
I'm sorry, can you just clarify, of Niagara Falls, or where that car may have originated?
Within the city.
Of Niagara Falls?
Not saying that's a local resident. I'm saying that it's a Western New York resident who was most likely in that vicinity prior to the high rate of speed, extraordinarily high rate of speed that led to the crash into the median that sent the vehicle airborne. And when you see this video, your jaw will drop in disbelief at how this went so high over an 8-foot high fence. It's rather extraordinary.
Time for one more.
Can you just walk us through the idea, the decision to close all border crossings in Western New York? What went into that, and can you walk us through the sheer magnitude of that kind of decision?
I'm going to turn it over to the representative from the Customs and Border Patrol, special agent in charge. That would be Aaron Balker.
Yep.
Or would you like to address the decision made to close the border?
Thank you, Governor. I think anytime you have an incident like this, you want to take an abundance of precaution to protect not only the staff and personnel, but also the public. So you make a quick decision like that, and then to go back based on the totality of circumstances, working with law enforcement partners to reopen, we are reopened.
Can you walk us through the man who was hurt, the agent? Was it a customs agent or was it a border protection?
It was a Customs and Border Protection officer. Out of an abundance of precaution, based on some minor injuries, went to the hospital, was treated and released.
And what have your conversations with that person been?
I'm not going to get into any other further details at this time.
A veteran of the force, or how long?
Just going to leave it at that it was an employee.
Have you ruled out suicide?
I'm sorry?
Have you ruled out potential?
It's an ongoing investigation, so we're not going to say anything else at this time.
Did you say how many people were injured at the scene? Just the one, or was there multiple injuries?
From our employees, it was one employee.
I think that's something, I mean, it's something we should be grateful for. When you look at the scale of the scene, of how far the pieces of this vehicle exploded and scattered, the fact that other people in other vehicles, and there's been some damage to other vehicles, I mean, you can imagine the lines were long, many booths. This is not an isolated late-night occurrence. This is the busiest travel day of the year at 11:27 in the morning. People are on the road, so it was a very congested area, and thank God there was no one else injured. It could have been much more cataclysmic, and so, but thank you all for coming out. I appreciate your attention and helping us let the public know to dial back the anxiety associated with this event. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Mr. Bowker, really quick, are the booths secure